Hi, this is Cameron back again with another Vinyl Finds video. This time I'm making a video from my record room, and it's a little dark, but I just bought a lamp, so hopefully the light will be decent. I'll have to experiment a little bit with the lighting of this room. What I'm going to show today are a number of albums, in fact 31 albums that I just picked up at our record fair. So I spent just over $100 and ended up getting a couple of high-end albums and then a whole bunch of dollar albums. I think I did really well. I've got a real diverse selection of albums, so I'll get started right away. So first of all, part of the dollar bin at the record fair, I got a nice copy of America Homecoming from 1972. Now this opens right up to make a beautiful poster. So it goes like this. And then, I don't think I can do this justice, but a whole long poster all the way down of three sides of a cover. That one has, what's the name of the popular song on this album? Oh yeah, Ventura Highway. Okay, next up I got a sealed soundtrack from France. It's a kids movie, Lucky Luke, La Balade de Dalton, and this is music by Claude Bolling. This too was $1. That's still sealed. From the same place, another $1, and this was open, but it's still got the shrink wrap. Claude Bolling Trio, Jazz à la Française. So some from France. This is from 1984. The soundtrack one was from 1976. Canadian folk group from 1963 out of Montreal, the Chanticleers, Just for a Lark. Next up, Ray Charles, Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music. And this is on the Canadian Spartan label. In the States, it's ABC Paramount. And this came out in 1962. Still in the shrink wrap. Play around with the lighting a little bit. Okay, this is a band that's really grown on me in the last year or so. UK band, prog rock, AOR rock, city boy. This one is from 1977 called Young Men Gone West. So all these were $1 up to now. $1 or $2 each. Now here was one of my high-end albums. Got a beautiful copy of Country Joe and the Fish. First album, really, really beautiful shape. He wanted $25, I gave him $20. So I thought that was a decent deal given the nice condition of the vinyl and of the cover. And of course, it's one of the ultimate or quintessential psychedelic albums. Also out of the dollar bin, Lionel Hampton and his orchestra. This is from 1958. Some jazz. Okay, another interesting album. Not in the greatest shape, but I was just happy to try it out. Everybody I spoke to who was a psychedelic collector had never heard of this band, So this is a Canadian psych band from 1971 called Hartford Baby Grand. It really does have a lot of fuzz tone on it. It was an old radio copy, so it's got some tape along the sides and some little bit of tears. But for $5, I was happy to get it. Okay, next up was some white R&B, Dick Jensen, White Hot Soul. This is from 1969. Still in the shrink wrap. Okay, on the Ash label, I picked up anything I could find on the Moses Ash records. This time it's the new ragtime guitar by David Laidman and Eric Schoenberg, created and recorded by Sam Charters. This is from 1971, some ragtime revival music. This was $2. Okay, again, out of the dollar bin, I picked up some older Christian rock from 1973, Lamb. This is on Messianic Records. And then a later album of theirs from 1976, Lamb 3. Another Christian rock one, which was just plain excellent rock. Never mind the fact that it was Christian rock. From 1975 on Myrrh Records, Liberation Suite. I really recommend this to everybody, whether they're interested in Christian rock or not. This is just plain good old rock and roll. This one was $5. Okay, again for $1 out of France, some French folk by Malicorne from 1978, L'Extraordinaire Tour de France d'Adélard Rousseau. Now this one was a funny one. The guy was asking $15, and I pointed out that this was not an original issue, but an issue probably from the late 70s, maybe even the early 80s, but I think it's probably the late 70s. John Mayall and the Blues Breakers with Eric Clapton. He had it for $15, I got it for $5. It's in shrink wrap still. So this originally came out in 1968. Now this was a killer album. I've heard about it through Reputation before, but I just wasn't ready for how solid of an album. Early sort of country rock by Rick Nelson and the Stone Canyon Band, Garden Party. Very impressed. Actually, the gatefold opens up, so I should show you. Okay, this was another unusual album. Some Polish psych from 1971 from Neiman. And I paid $30 for this, double album, quite good shape. I just thought, well, if it's good psych, and I'm never going to come across Polish albums, so here we go. And again, it was really solid. little bit of organ, lots of guitar. Definitely a psych album. Then got back into, been watching other people's videos, like Rockin Richie and other people who've been getting back into the psych in the 60s garage. So I decided to pick up Rebel number 12, Staircase to Nowhere. This is an original on Bam Caruso from 1986. This features Bulldog Breed, Virgin Sleep, Tin Turn Abbey, 23rd Turnoff, Human Instinct, East of Eden, World of Oz, Denny Lane. Let's see who else. Time Box, People, The Outer Limits, and Warm Sounds. Okay, and then I also got a new edition from 2003 of Rebel 13, Freak Beak Phantoms. Both of these I got for $10 each. This has the Buzz, the Fleur de Lis, the Boys Blue, the DJs, Southern Sound, the Act, Force 5, the Answers, the French Revolution, Arizona Swamp Company, Southern Sound, the Attraction, the Game, the Boys Blue, the Peep Show, and George Gallagher and White Trash. So I'm getting back into the garage and psych. Now this was one of the finds of the whole fair. I got this krautrock album, Dirk Steffens, The Seventh Step, who had been part of Birth Control. This is a 1976 album, and I got it for $1. So I thought, yeah, this is great. I didn't know what it was, but one of my friends who's a total krautrock freak knew exactly what it was, and he just said, you don't know how lucky you are. So this is on Nova label. From 1983, some funk, the Stone City Band, Meet the Stone City Band, Out from the Shadow, and this is produced by Rick James. Still in the shrink. Another find, a GVG, but plays really well. Syndicate of Sound, Little Girl for $2. Lots of surface scratches, but as I said, it plays really well. 10cc, sealed from 1980. Album is called Look Here, Are You Normal? The Group, it says on the back. This was $1. Also for $10, another Psych compilation. This one came out in 2008. Transworld Punk Rave Up. And it's got garage from all over the world. And it features Scorpions, Fab, Sons of Fred, The Motions, Peter and the Blizzards, Entertainers, The Softs, Ranger Sound, Blue, Rondos, Rollers, Magic Strangers, Phantoms, Pleasers, Softs, Self-Kick, The DJs, Peter and the Blizzards, and The Kingpins. The last album I got, this was $2, so I was happy to get Warren Zevon, Bad Luck Streak, and Dancing School. This came out in 1980. So I thought I did pretty well. I spent just over $100 and ended up getting 31 albums. A couple higher end, but then the rest were all dollar bins. So I thought I got a really good variety. Lots of things to listen to in the coming weeks. And that was my first time at that large Rockin Richards record fair in Winnipeg. It's twice a year, October and March. I'd always thought it would overwhelm me. It did overwhelm me a little bit, but I got used to the size and space after a while. It's supposed to be about 90 vendors, and I thought it was worth the $5 admission. I'd always shied away from that before, and going along quite a distance by bus on a Sunday morning, but I really enjoyed it. I bumped into Frank from Channel 33 RPM, so it was nice meeting him and his kids. He said he did really well as well, that he got a number of albums he'd been looking for quite a while. So a shout out to Frank at Channel 33 RPM, and hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your comments at the bottom, and please subscribe. Look forward to hearing from you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.